I'm Shivam. So in this project, we have created a Apache Spark incremental pipeline for creating indexes embeddings out of the input PDFs. So basically, whenever a new PDFs come, so basically whenever initial set of PDFs come, we will embed it and make index out of them. So after that, whenever in a new increment, a new PDF comes, so we will only index and embed only those new PDFs instead of like re-chunking and re-embedding all the PDFs. We will only chunk and embed and index all the new PDFs. So we won't touch any existing PDF. So this would be an upsert operation. So yeah, this is the incremental pipeline, Spark pipeline we have created. So that's how. So first of all, to deploy in EMR cluster. So first we have to select the Spark application bundle. Then we have to give a primary instance. So this would be the coordinator instance. So I have chosen M4 X large for this, and then the core. So the core and task, um, uh, all the compute would happen. So I have chosen M4 X large for both core and task modules. So and the EBS root volume is 50. I have given. Uh, then you can see, so in the bootstrap action, so this bootstrap script contains all the commands, all the packages that I want to install in the cluster at the boot time. So for example, the Olama APIs, so Olama embedding APIs and all the like Java versions, all those things would be installed via this bootstrapping script. Then here the like location of all the logs would be there, and this is the EMR key value that I would use to SSH into the instance. The rest of the things are just like I have created some service roles and instance role. So that's how I like created the EMR cluster. So I have already have one instance cluster running. So you can see here, this is the cluster that I already have running. So one thing, so let's just go to this S3. So because in S3 everything related to our like all the jars. So this is the jar that I have created, so one big fat jar. So the EC2 cluster, the EC2 instance will pull this jar and will run the Spark job on this jar. And this PDF list, this contains the initial set of PDFs that I will send. So this is that, and this is the actual PDFs that are present. So first of all, this will contain all the paths to that corpus. So just first, you can see I've already installed the jar file here, and uh, in the this is the primary EC2 instance. So I've already logged in here and installed the jar. So let me just run the Spark job. So here you can see these are the inputs I have given to this job, and this would be the output. So all the logs and all the uh, all the files, output files would be generated here. So what I have done is in the I have created kind of like audit logs. So those audit log will tell us like how many files were initially there, and how many new files, new chunks have been created, and all the stats about the cluster, all the stats about the indexes. So though that audit log will tell us. So this will be generated under this rag data folder. So let's just run this Spark job. So this will take some time running, and I will pause the video and again come back once we have the output. Pipeline worked, and we have the logs here in rag data. So basically this rag data folder will contain everything. So for example, these are the parquet files, so all the information and all the delta logs, so like in which increment how much, what are the changes made. So similarly, the all the leucine indexes, so different shards, and each shard would contain the indexes. So yeah, apart from this, this is the interesting part. So here, this log file will contain everything like how many chunks were created, how many new chunks were created, how many new embeddings were created, how many new indexes were created, and how many existing embeddings and indexes were there. So just take a quick look at this. So let's just take a look. So these are divided into in four parts. So our whole Spark pipeline is divided into four parts. So first part is to basically create a document table. So to store the documents, then create a chunk table to basically do the chunking, and then create an embedding table to embed those chunks, and then the fourth one is to index those embeddings. So just let's see. So total input PDFs were seven. So it created first of all new seven documents into the document table. Then it loaded those seven documents from this document table, and then created 1604 chunks out of this. So you can see it created 1604 chunks, new chunks. So you can see new, these are all the new chunks created, and it the final chunk count in the delta table is 1604. Then in the embedding table, we have this loaded 1604 chunks, and then we do embeddings in 51 batches and batch size of 32. So here you can see we have embedded all the 1604. We have got all the 1604 embeddings. Then in the index, this is the interesting part. So finally, we create index out of these embeddings. So you can see here, in there four shards have been created, and these are the number of chunks in each shard. So there are like 1317 total embeddings. So this is less than 1604 because I guess there was some noisy data there. So total these are the 1317 chunks that were indexed and distributed into this four shards. So basically here we have followed some hash technique to distribute this into four shards. So this is the first part. Now let's go to second part where we uh, add new PDFs. Uh, so let's see what we're gonna add. One second. M5. Yeah, so here you can see these were the existing ones. So here I have put two new PDFs there. So these are the new PDFs that we're gonna upload into S3. So just let's quickly upload them into S3. Where is the PDF list? Yeah, upload, add file. Yeah, this one. Similarly, we have uploaded in the MSR corpus. So here you can see now we have these two additional PDFs. So these were the existing PDFs that have been already processed and chunked and indexed. So these are the new PDFs that would be chunked and processed and indexed also. So let's just run the same. Yeah. So let's just run the same pipeline, and I will pause here and we'll come back once it's done. So pipeline ran, and let's quickly see the logs and see how many new embeddings, chunks, and indexes were formed. So let's download it and see it. So this was the first for the first time when it ran. So these are the logs for the first time. So the new logs are appended here. So you can see new pipeline. So this is the new pipeline that we started. Earlier one was the previous one that ended here, step 4, and this is the new pipeline that we started. So here you can see PDF extraction 9 successful and new document. So here you can see it can it can detect that only two documents are the new one, rest all of the documents are the older one. So it stores those only two documents into the table. So you can see here the upsert operation. So it is only upserting two documents, not all the documents. So so similarly, it now generates the chunks. So you can see it only created 440 chunks from these two documents. So it didn't chunk all the documents again. So it only chunked only 440. It only created only 440 chunks. So you can see it is an incremental type of pipeline. So we don't do everything again. Similarly for the embedding, so it already loaded these many embeddings, and you can see um, it only for 440 chunks it created the new embeddings. Similarly, you can see the indexes. So it created indexes these 444 and divided into two shards, shard 2 and 3. So yeah, you can see these are the two shard. These are the indexes divided into two shards. So here we can say that only this is the incremental pipeline. So only uh, the existing data is not touched. Only the new data is uh, chunked, embedded, and indexed. So yeah, this is an incremental pipeline. So now let's come to the third part. So I will take one PDF and I will try to edit that PDF and then re-upload into S3. So you will see only the chunk where the edit was done. Only that chunk would be updated and re-indexed. The rest, all of the chunks in all of the documents won't be touched. So yeah, you let me take one PDF. So for example, this is the PDF. Let's just take this PDF. So this PDF is from the existing PDFs that is already uploaded in the S3. So we'll upload. So we will update some of the text. So for example, here instead of past, we will say ignored. Ignored. So you can see only some. So basically only some chunk is changed. Rest of the PDFs and rest of all the PDFs are same. So what we expect now is only this changed chunk would be re-indexed and would be re embedded, and only this part would be re-indexed. So just save it and then exit, save, and then just upload this. Oh yeah, we have to upload it in the MSR corpus. We have to add this in the MSR corpus. So as you can see, these are already there. So what we will do is we will add the edited one. So one second. Oh, so this is the edited one. So here we have changed one text. So we will add this into the MSR corpus, and we will not change any path or anything. So it will take this same path in the job. Uh, yeah. So let's just rerun the job. So we have given the same paths and the same output location. Yeah. So let's just pause it and come back because it takes some time. So the pipeline ran, and here are the updated log file. So as audit log file. So as from earlier. So these are appended from to the existing logs. So let's just see them quickly. So this was a these are the logs till it for the first time when the pipeline ran, and these are the logs when the pipeline ran second time when we added two documents. So and these are the logs step the new what is this, the new pipeline from here. So from here the new pipeline ran. So these are the logs from uh, the latest run, so where we updated one uh, document. So here you can see, it shows first of all in the document that one change document. So there is one document which has been changed, so it will just update that change document here. And then it here it shows that one the same change document, and then it will upsert that new chunk, only one chunk that it will upsert. So it will just upsert that chunk, and then it will embed that chunk. So you can see it first of all loaded all the chunks, and then it says that only one chunk has to be embedded because only that chunk is changed. So it shows that only one chunk is successful, and it has embedded that chunk, and the final chunks remain same because only one chunk was changed. So the final chunk and final embeddings, sorry, the final chunks and embeddings would remain same. Similarly, it will only reindex. So here you can see, this is the interesting part. You can see here that only uh, it updates the indexes for the existing chunk. So it doesn't insert any new chunk. It only updates the existing chunk. And here you can see in the shard 3, it has just updated one chunk, and that's it. And it hasn't touched any of the other shards, so chunks. It just has updated one chunk here. So yeah, that's it. Implemented the search functionality, that is the parallelly search all the shards. So it is, but for some reason I am not able to I am getting timeout error for the Olama API. It is some reason too slow right now, but it is the same functionality that I have shown in the previous video in the homework one. So just have created new indexes. The rest of the functionality is just same search, same happening like in previous homework. So you can refer to that previous video how I have done there. But yeah, rest that's all about my homework. So yeah, that's all about my homework. So here I have shown you all like how I built an incremental pipeline using Spark, and how instead of updating each and every chunk, each and every index again and again, I'm just building on top of the existing chunks, just upserting the new data. Uh, so yeah, that's it. That's all from my end. Thank you.